Hey everybody, Scott here from the Corbin Collective, and today I want to help you have the information to answer this question. What is the best 20-degree down-filled sleeping bag that you could A, put in your backpack, and B, it is under the $250 budget mark? So for us, that's something we were trying to figure out recently. We're headed back into the Tetons and we do guided trips, and so it gets around the 25-degree in June in the Grand Tetons, especially in the Cascades where we go in the canyons. And so we're outfitting guys to go with us. So we had to figure out, hey, we got a $250 budget for our bags. We need a 20-degree. So we ordered some. We ordered some Big Agnes. We ordered some Kelty. And so today I'm going to show you at least 5 different bags and let you make a decision of what's best for you. Now, let me talk about when I say the word best, or let me qualify that best, because best could mean a lot of things. It's very subjective. Obviously, best might simply mean the cheapest of the bags. It might actually be that the weight of the bag is what's best for you, or maybe the compressibility and the compression size as far as the cubic volume is how you determine best. And then some people, it's the dowel filling, it's how much the rating of the filling is and how actually warm the bag is. So there's at least 4 ways you can determine what's best. I don't know what's best for you, but you can decide. I'm going to give you some information by which you can determine and make your own decision. So let's talk about the bags that we have up to talk about today. We have the Big Agnes. This is the Benchmark 20. And the Benchmark 20 is really their workhorse of a bag. This is the large version, or excuse me, the long version. And the Benchmark 20 is kind of their workhorse model. It is something that you see a lot of outfitters carrying their Benchmark series. This one is the Big Agnes Torchlite. It is the Torchlite 20. It has a lot of bells and whistles compared to the Benchmark. The Torchlite has expanding zippers where you can expand the bag, and it's a little bit more I'd say more bells and whistles to this bag. This one is the Big Agnes Anthracite. It is, I would say, kind of somewhere between the two of those. It's a really good bag for the money. And then getting into Kelty. Kelty was the other brand where we just picked 5 bags. Kelty kept showing up on our radar, and Kelty makes some really good stuff. What I have here, this is the Kelty Cosmic 20, and these 3 bags that I'm showing you here are actually the regular size compared to 2 longs. We mixed it up just to show you the difference, and so understand. And this is the brother to it. This is the Kelty Supernova. All 4 of these bags are mummy bags, but the Supernova is actually not a mummy bag. It is, I call it the crop top. And so let's get into a little bit more about the sizing. So, all right, so what you can see from the overhead shot right here is the 5 bags are kind of lined up. I've got a regular size Nalgene bottle sitting on top here so you can see these, and you can see how starting from the left coming to the right have got them sized up for you. Hopefully this overhead shot gives you a little bit of an insight to the size of the bag itself. All right, so let's just talk about the pricing of these bags. I'm gonna put a chart on the screen right now to show you if best for you means best budget and you're trying to save money or just trying to get on the trail. If that's the case, then the Benchmark is $119 at retail right now. Moving down the list, the Anthracite is the next one at $139. The Kelty Cosmic, $165. Supernova is $189. And then, you know, it's right at the top of our budget line. The Torchlite is a $247, but it's got all the bells and whistles, and it's definitely kind of toward a higher end bag when it comes to some of the features. Now, talk about weight. Obviously, these bags are pretty close in weight to each other, within about 4 ounces. And that's even considering some of the larger bags weighing relatively close to some of the regular size bags. So, you know, we're knocking around 3 pounds with these bags. And so, you know, where you're around 3 pounds a piece, the heaviest of these is 3 pounds and 1 ounce. The Benchmark's 3 even, so is the Torchlite, really. The Supernova is the heavier one. Interestingly enough, the Supernova is the smallest bag but weighs the most. That's an interesting takeaway from this. All right, so now that I've shown you these 5 bags, the Big Agnes bags with the Kelties, you know, how you make your decision about a bag is something that's kind of personal. I'll tell you how we made a decision. We actually landed on the Torchlite bag, and the reason I landed on the Torchlite bag out of these isn't because it's the smallest of the bag, but for that $250 budget for a bag, It's a pretty phenomenal bag, and actually it packs down to much smaller than it is in the stuff sack. What I'm showing you right now is every bag in their stuff sack. But here, I want to show you how this bag actually will compress down to a much smaller size in a compression sack. So out of the $250 budget bag, we actually end up going with the Big Agnes Torchlite. And let me explain why. Even though it was at the top end of the budget, just to be fair, there was a sale going on, and so we found them on sale. So if you can find this bag on sale, you're really getting a deal. But what I want to show you now, this is the same bag in the three forms, because, well, when you're judging a sleeping bag and how it might fit into your backpack, you know, there's a lot of things to consider. Actually, Big Agnes sends this is a storage bag that they have. So really and truly, this is the bag if you're going to store it. And so this is one way to think of the size of the bag, but this is how it would be in its stuff sack. So this is how I compared it. And the reason I want to show you this is really to show you more about how, well, you can actually compress this bag down to this size. Now, in fairness, this is a stuff sack that came off of a Marmot bag, and if Big Agnes wants to send me the official stuff sack for this, well, I'd happily show you that video as well. But this is a stuff sack that I run in my rig. This is the same bag, and so cubic volume wise, this is really how I'm carrying the Big Agnes bag in my backpack. So this is a 3-pound backpack, 20 degree down, but really and truly the reason we went with this bag is because as a guide, and we have guys of different stature, the Torchlite is a very expandable bag. It has zippers on the side where you can actually expand the bag. You can actually make it wider. And so, well, if we have to outfit different size of people, this bag actually works in our favor. So some people like to get a bag that's dialed in personally to them. Well, as an outfitter, when we take people on the Appalachian Trail or to the Grand Tetons, wherever we're going, we have to accommodate a lot of different body shapes and styles. And so getting an expandable long, it's a little bit more of a bag, but for the money, it's a lot of bang for the buck. So just to show you something else in the industry, if you wanted to know, if you wanted to spend a lot of money, to show you in comparison, a Sea to Summit, this is their 30 degree Trek, but Sea to Summit bags are known for compressing down to very, very small. And so someone had asked, hey, can you show me what it might look like against a high-end bag? So the Big Agnes Torchlite is a great bag for the money. I would recommend it if you're looking for a 20 degree bag under the 250 budget line, 3 pounds, 600 fill down. And so it's a great bag for the money. And so got any questions, I'd love to answer any way that I can. So thanks for watching this video. Check us out, subscribe, hit the likes, do all the things that people tell you to do, and we'll see you on the next video.